Hey friends, it's Will Vanguard, and I'm reminding you that Bernie beats Trump. And today I'm going to do a short video with the best news that you have heard all day. As of right now, February 5th, 2 days after the Iowa caucus, 6 days before the New Hampshire primary, Bernie Sanders is in, by far, the best position he has been in to actually become the Democratic nominee since he first announced back in 2015. As of right now, according to both the 538 poll average predictions and the online betting market predictions, Bernie Sanders is by far the lone frontrunner for the Democratic nomination. So, as you can see here on 538.com, it's actually projects.538.com/2020-primary-forecast is the site here. Bernie Sanders is most likely here. He's got the best odds to win the most delegates going to the convention, which means that they would have to use superdelegates to stop him, and that would be unprecedented, and it would still be hard, even if they wanted to do it. It would be very difficult. So he's got the best odds to have the most delegates and a plurality, and he also has the best odds. We'll show you here. His odds of winning more than half, in other words, outright winning the whole thing, are really good. He's got the best odds. They are 2 and 5. Okay. The next best odds are that nobody wins a majority, which is 1 and 4, and then Biden is about 1 and 5 for him to win that much. Okay. Then Warren, then Buttigieg. So Bernie is in incredible shape right now, and they can't deny this. So. By the way, Bernie has clearly stated that he will pick a woman for vice president, and that is important because if he wins more than half of the pledged delegates, then he's going to be able to pick whoever he wants to be his vice president. So we can do another video about what all that could look like at the convention and how all that happens. But for right now, we're going to take a look. So what's the overall polling picture look like? We see here, this is based on the overall numbers, okay, winning the entire thing. So let's look at specific states. If we look at the polling for specific states, we see in New Hampshire, okay, basically Sanders, we see here, is forecasted to win an average of 28%. Basically, he is by far the front runner in New Hampshire. The next closest is Buttigieg, and he's forecasted to win an average of 20%. Okay, so that's on February 11th in New Hampshire. So Bernie is well ahead in New Hampshire. In Nevada, again, Bernie is forecasted to win an average of 35%. The next closest is Biden with 22%. So he's even farther ahead in Nevada than he is in New Hampshire, according to 538 right now. South Carolina. Biden is forecasted to win South Carolina with 26%. Bernie, oh, snap. Bernie's at 28% of the vote in South Carolina. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, look, yeah, they're actually forecasting that Bernie is going to be ahead in South Carolina now. That's incredible. So 538 has Bernie winning South Carolina. There's not as much polling for, they do have a Super Tuesday, the California primary. Boom. Bernie is forecasted to win an average of 30% of the vote in California. Biden is second at 17. We'll see later that the online prediction markets have Bernie even farther ahead. But let's move on. Texas, also on Super Tuesday. Wow. Sanders is forecasted to win 27%. Biden forecasted to win 20% of the vote in Texas. This is incredible. Bernie could win California and Texas on the same day. Moving along, in North Carolina, we have Sanders, 27%, Biden, 22%. These are all 1-2, so Bernie's ahead in first place with 27% in North Carolina. Biden is in second with 22%. Virginia, Sanders winning, predicted to win by 538, 27%. Biden again, 22%. Let's go to Massachusetts. Warren's home state. Oh, Sanders forecasted to win 27%. Warren is second, forecasted to win 23%. That's incredible. continue on, Minnesota. Looks like there's not much more polling besides Minnesota. So Minnesota primary, Sanders again. So are you telling that Bernie Sanders, according to 538, is predicted to win every single state on 538 right now? And we know that Nate Silver is not going to, be kind to Sanders unless he has to. The data man, this has got to be about the data. So Bernie is ahead, predicted to win every single state on Super Tuesday, it looks like, according to Nate Silver. This is crazy. Okay, so let's move on. We can look at online prediction markets also. These online prediction markets are not really as accurate as polls, but they do a pretty good job of picking at least the winner. And since there's not as much polling of a lot of the states, the Super Tuesday states, there's not as much recent polling. It's kind of cool to look at the prediction markets because they change every day. And there's based off all kinds of information, including polls and everything. So basically it's people that are betting their money. And here we see that New Hampshire, Bernie is way ahead in the prediction market, 81 to 17 cents for Pete in second. Then Nevada, Bernie's way ahead. Then South Carolina, they actually have Biden ahead in this one, different than Nate Silver. But Bernie's a very close second and rising fast while Biden's falling. After South Carolina, they have Bernie way ahead in California. Way ahead in California. He could win every single delegate in California. Now, you might think that's crazy, but I'm going to do another separate video on why I think that is not crazy. Moving along, California goes to Texas, also on Super Tuesday. Bernie is now solidly predicted to win and rising in Texas. What a coup de grace. If Bernie could win California and Texas on Super Tuesday on March 3rd, he would be close to mathematically eliminating the rest of the field if that happens. And it would be hard to argue that he was not unifying the party if he wins California and Texas on Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday has over a dozen states voting simultaneously. We should know, perhaps, who is the nominee after that day. Okay, so moving along on Super Tuesday, we have California, Texas. We also have, Colorado. Bernie's way ahead in Colorado. Utah, way ahead in Utah. Now, these are not necessarily surprising because he won Colorado and Utah, and he's well ahead in Oklahoma. He won Oklahoma in 2016. He's well ahead in Minnesota. He won Minnesota in 2016. Of course, he's way ahead in Vermont, his home state. But let's take a look at a few of the rest of the Super Tuesday states that he didn't win in 2016. Oh, excuse me, there's Maine. He did win Maine. Moving along. Massachusetts, which he didn't win in 2016, he's now by far the favorite. And that's Elizabeth Warren's home state. Next, Tennessee. He's right about even with Joe Biden and gaining while Biden is crashing. And he didn't even come close in Tennessee in 2016. He also didn't come close in Arkansas or North Carolina. In North Carolina, he's gaining on Biden as well. He could win North Carolina. Arkansas as well, he's getting close. He didn't even come close in 2016 in these states. So that's basically it. That's the news of the day. Bernie Sanders, Alabama, the only state that is looking like it might be tough for him, but we'll see. And folks, if that is the way that it pans out and Alabama is the only state that Bernie Sanders does not win or do really, really well in, and perhaps dominate many of the most important states between now and March 3rd, do you realize that all other candidates will be mathematically eliminated? Focus on that. Mathematically eliminating all the other candidates on March 3rd. Hashtag end the primary. Bernie, that's what we're doing, folks. We are going to make the calls, send the texts, get out and knock on doors, whatever it is that you love to do. Tell all your friends to download the Bern app and add 10 of their friends to their Bern network, okay? Have a great rest of your night. Rest in in a lovely state of tranquility, knowing that everything is on the glide path. And namaste.